Hello people, you are tuned in right now to Beyond the Surface, and as usual I'm your host, unless I've been replaced, but I'm your host Laquana, and this show goes down each and every week on Sundays at 3 p.m. and I am sitting here with someone super duper talented, Miss Debbie Vu. You're looking like, who's Debbie Vu? I want to know. That's why you're watching. That's why she's here, to let you know what's happening. She has she's the founder of Ironworks Media. Right? Is that correct? Because I can get things wrong. All right. She's the founder of Ironworks Media, which is a film collective. And I want you to share a little bit more about that and letting people know what your program is based on, how we can see what you do, and exactly what projects you've worked on that people can check out right now. Give it to them. Just break you down. Go.
Ironworks Media is a media collective that is based in Durham. We're actually expanding to LA in the coming months. So it's very exciting that we'll be able to stretch our mentality of collaboration and co-creation, which is so crucial when it comes to filmmaking. The only way you can make the best media that you possibly can is with other people. So allowing that space for other people to collaborate with you and connect with you and celebrate with you and use their creative talents and their energy and coalesce in a beautiful, fantastic way. And so I created Ironworks Media because I was tired of doing things by myself. It's exhausting.
Yes.
You shouldn't have to do these things by yourself. That's the great thing about filmmaking, is that it's a team. It's a group of people that come together. But I spent the first 5 years of my career as a one-woman band, and I learned a lot, and I learned how to wear all these different hats, but you're not supposed to wear all those different hats.
Right.
That's why there's so many different kinds, right?
Right. You have one head, so it's like,
you
right,
only
how many
have...
hats can you put on at once? Right.
Exactly. You only have one head. And there are all these other people that want to wear the hats,
right,
but don't have the opportunities. And so what I decided to do with Ironworks is to create paid filmmaking opportunities for local North Carolina filmmakers. And now we're expanding to the West Coast. And we have brought on my new business partner and interim director for Ironworks, Zakia Scott. We went to school together. We studied.
And you went to UNC. Right?
We went to UNC together, and we studied journalism. And we took the same classes. We did the same projects. We collaborated very early on in the beginnings of our storytelling creative journeys. And so for us to come together 7 years after, you know, combine those 14 years of experience, whether it was through mental health, through our professional development, our creative development, and just life coming at you in so many different ways, we're able to combine those 14 years together. And now we're going to propel Ironworks into where it was supposed to be. And so we primarily started off working with nonprofits. And I highly recommend any new coming brand new filmmakers in the documentary world. I really highly encourage that you work with nonprofits, because they have such a great moral, great message, and great story that they want to tell, but they don't have the funds to do so. And so if you're starting out and you're not sure that you can start charging people, that's how I started.
The barter system. Good old classic barter. Like
the barter.
Work it out.
Yeah, exactly. The barter system. And so I highly recommend that. But as we're venturing into this new territory, we're actually going to start working more on testimonials. And there's another thing, testimonials.
Because you have so many hats.
There's so many hats.
Everything.
Testimonials. There's we do a lot of promotional work. So documentary style content that is promotional for small businesses and nonprofits. And so we actually have 3 full-length documentary projects in pre-production right now.
Okay.
And so that is why I'm flying away from North Carolina.
She's leaving us.
I'm leaving. I'm going to LA, and I'm going to spend some significant time with my mother and my family and tap into my family history, being able to use my documentary storytelling skills and use it in my family history and my Vietnamese heritage. I have very limited proficiency in Vietnamese, and so this is going to give me a really great opportunity to learn more about the heritage, the culture, and more about my family, and be able to use my skills, like my professional skills, and open up this whole history that I've never been privy to beforehand.
Well, she's touching stuff. Do you speak the language? Very little, or
I
she's like maybe.
I'm conversational. I actually, Vietnamese. You can find a lot of Vietnamese nail salons, and I stumbled upon in 2 of them this past week, and it was a really cool experience to surprise people with my Vietnamese skills. And one lady actually said I was good at it, and I was like, I never hear that.
You don't use it that often.
I don't get to use it, and also, my parents. They thought they were doing me right by telling people and warning them that I wasn't that good in Vietnamese. And when you hear that from your parents telling you you're not good,
right?
You're not gonna see yourself as good. And so
it can be a little discouraging to even go out and just like, I'm gonna start speaking my language, and then it's like, oh well, mom said I'm not that good, so I don't know if I should even say anything. So yeah, that makes sense.
It's very inhibiting,
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna do it. I need to practice.
Sure.
I got the chance to go to Vietnam for $700 from RDU, which is like the cheapest ticket you can get from America to Vietnam is $600, and that's straight from LA. So from RDU, $700. I just want you guys to know how big of a deal that was.
That's huge.
It was on.
There's some days you can't even go to New York for that. So
right? There's this thing called nextvacay.com, next, VACAY.com.
Do not give them away because they're not sponsoring you, guys. They are not paying for that on this show.
But it's so good.
Look, I'll be using them for flights, but just in case.
It's so good. It's so good. But yeah, we got the chance to go to Vietnam for $700 round trip. It was crazy, crazy good deal. But my boyfriend didn't get his Vietnam visa in time, so we couldn't go. He actually got it at 9:30 for a 10 o'clock flight. We got it expedited and then just couldn't go. So that was a bummer, but I remember thinking, I was like, oh, this is my chance to be in the Vietnamese culture. But now I have a chance to be in the Vietnamese culture, but in America, the Vietnamese American culture, which is very unique, So I'll get to practice and I'll get to speak to Vietnamese speakers and make them laugh and stuff, because I think I can be funny in Vietnamese.
Are you filming this process? Because that'll be highly important for what you do in general. Are you filming this entire process as well? Doing your own documentary about your life and your family and learning that information? Are you taking that on? Or
yes, that's actually one of the 3 projects that we're going to do is my family history. And so I wanted to use my mother's life story as the vehicle to tell a wider narrative about multicultural households and how language barrier impedes on family oral tradition. And so my mom the reason why I'm even going to LA is because of a serendipitous chain reaction of events. And a Vietnamese filmmaker friend that I knew from college had told me about this fellowship. It was a 6-month fellowship in LA, specifically geared towards Asian American filmmakers. Found out that I didn't get it, but they wanted to talk to me more about it. Funny enough, I think they didn't pick me because I'm too ambitious, because I want to do a lot more than what Southern California can just offer. I want to go international. I want to bring filmmaking to Vietnam. Not bring it there. It's already there, but I just want to add more to it and bring my expertise.
Put your flair.
Put my flair in there and really bring in high production quality, because that's what I'm all about. High production quality for very, very little, tiny budgets.
And I've seen, so just to let you know, it's actually really good quality, because we've seen some stuff. And Debbie's doing all right. So yeah.
Thank you. Don't hype me up. I'm
ready to go.
I'm really, expectations are really make a huge difference in how you receive and receive media. Because if people are like, oh, Infinity War was so amazing, it was the best movie ever, and you show up and then you're like, because your expectations were this high, I had a friend who didn't like The Dark Knight because we had set her up for failure, and she's like, I'm like, what? How did you not appreciate it? It was so good. Christopher Nolan,
his favorite movie. So this is crazy. Yeah.
Christopher Nolan's my all-time favorite director. Inception is my all-time favorite movie.
You guys are best friends right now. So in case you guys are wondering who I'm referring to, it's the videographer. He's doing all of the hand gestures. He's super excited. And no one asked you to talk, right? Audience member. No. because those are like literally his two favorite things. So the fact that you brought them up, I'm never gonna hit the ending.
We're like there.
You guys are best friends. That's
yeah. I mean, Christopher Nolan spent 10 years of his life on Inception. And really he couldn't do Inception before The Dark Knight. Like, The Dark Knight launched his career.
Right.
And he could ride on its success and then tell everyone.
The funding for that and all
get the funding and get all the stuff. You know, that's why, you know, life isn't chronological. You may have come up with a script 5 years ago and it just now makes sense to produce.
It comes out when it's supposed to. Like, it's God laughs at our plans, right? Like, we think we know what we have in store. And we're like, yeah, we're going to do this in this way. And then reality is, that's not what it's supposed to happen. So that makes sense that Dark Knight came out first and then now Inception. Like, all of his work is being appreciated at the end of the day. Your work will be appreciated too. Hopefully we'll get to do something together outside of the interview as well. One of my questions to you was regarding the nonprofit, but she answered that beforehand, so I appreciate her for
tell me.
No, it was literally like, why is that important to you? And you kind of
working with nonprofits?
Yeah, working with nonprofits. And
I mean, nonprofits
talking about that, because not many people want to. Everyone wants the money and wants to get into something right away where they can get everything done. Like, I want cash now. I want my film to be super successful. And I want to be here and there. But at least you know exactly the core of why you're doing what you're doing. So why is that important to start off that way for you?
To work with nonprofits have such a great message that they're trying to share, but they find it difficult to articulate it in a way that's engaging to everyone. You know, I'm always like, if I'm looking up something, most times I'm trying to look for a video so I can watch it and get a better idea of what it is. And it's shocking how many nonprofits don't utilize video and media as a means to convey that message. But a lot of nonprofits don't have the budget. It's in the name. They don't have a profit.
Right,
so a lot of filmmakers will kind of steer clear from the nonprofit world, which is ridiculous because the story is there. There's so much good stories
the
that
meat and potatoes are sitting there.
I mean, one of my projects was with Recity Network. It's based in Durham, and Connell's Best. He makes cookies, and he got this recipe from God, like from a dream. He woke up from this dream and wrote down the recipe and has just been, you know, working at this recipe over and over again. But it took him 10 years to get to that dream because he had a support beam fall on his head at work.
Oof.
And he spent 10 years in recovery. And making cookies actually helped with the dexterity of his fingers. Wow. So he had to learn how to talk again, walk again, how to feel, how to function, how to trust people again. And I would not have been privy to a story like that if I didn't work with nonprofits.
That makes sense.
The stories are there.
Yeah. Wow.
It's how you capture it.
That's powerful. Like the fact that him just baking cookies, something that we take for granted, something we do with our families on a regular basis, something so simplistic in our minds actually helps someone recover from something so traumatic. That's dope. That's dope. I'm gonna just like I have to give you that because that's super dope to even run into someone with that story. You never know anyone's story until you sit down and talk with them and find out who they are. So you're getting to the core of that, and I appreciate you've even taken the step to do that. It's serious, like it's important. And then, yeah, go ahead, Debbie. Go ahead, Deb. She's like, I feel so good. She's like, Laquana's gonna be my hype man from now on. I'm gonna cheer you on. Okay.
I mean, we've been in talks to do this for years, like literally, right?
Yeah, it seems like.
Because I think I'd seen Beyond the Surface. I think I'd seen you were talking about the talk show on Facebook or something. I was like, that sounds cool. And then you were telling me about this really cool concept, this wheel and stuff. I don't get the wheel.
She doesn't get the wheel.
I don't get the wheel. We're the time crunch.
We'll do this again because you're going to have more stuff to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't mind repeat guests. He's been a repeat guest. He's been up here quite a few times, sir. Because we're a mess. But yeah, we have a lot of fun stuff to do with you. And I want to still get to what films do you feel has impacted your life or inspired you? On a personal level. Yeah.
It's funny because it wasn't really a film, it was a trailer.
Ooh.
And like, you wouldn't think that a trailer could make such an impact on you. But The Secret Life of Walter Mitty by Ben Stiller, he wrote it. No, he directed, and starred in The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, and the trailer was this 2-3 minute video, just story, just captivating, engaging story. Can we put it like over the
We're gonna we have to get
B-roll?
permission. You're trying to get me sued. Like I'm on a lower budget of things, and she's like, she's gonna get my video flagged, and the interview's never gonna exist. But we'll see what we can sneak in. We'll play it backwards, so that way we'll like sneak it in. Like,
oh, nice.
That's how you flip.
That's
screen.
how you do it.
That's what people do. We find things out all the time on the good old YouTube. Okay.
YouTube. So the Secret Life of Walter Mitty. I mean, just like really cinematography wise, just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Every little detail was thought out and planned, and that's what I want. That's that high production quality that I'm trying to reach and reach and reach and reach. And I'm like, I've been telling people, you know, in the past year or so that I can see the peak now. You know, I've been climbing this mountain and it's been cloudy and I couldn't see anything, but I'm finally past the clouds and I can see the peak. And all I have to do is just keep stepping towards the peak and making the specific steps to get to the peak. But that's the thing, our lives, it's not one mountain, right. You know, it's all this geography. It's these forests and jungles and oceans and all these different ways to navigate through life. And when I was 11, I wrote a poem called Life is a Bumpy Road. And
she writes poetry.
I
put that down to the resume.
I was 11 and I wrote this poem. And I spelled bumpy wrong, actually. So I'm not, I mean, I was 11, so give me a break.
As long as you don't do it now.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I know how to B-U-M...
Go for it.
P-Y, right? Bumpy.
Yes.
Anyway, so we...
Beyond the surface spelling bee, we're going down. We're doing that. We're going to stop that up. New segment alert. Ready, go.
So that actually would be kind of cute. The tricky ones. Anyway, so, you know, there are these roads and there's speed bumps along the way. And if we don't go slow enough over the speed bumps, we're going to wreck our car, right? And so what I've noticed in these past couple of weeks is there's a time for everything, and timing is everything. Right. And every task that we will do for the rest of our lives requires a certain amount of time. And so simply going to the bathroom, that trip is always different, right? There's always different resources, right? Is there hand soap? Is there toilet paper? Is there paper towels? Oh, there's an air dryer. Okay, we'll do that. Can I open the door without it getting gross? And, you know, so every trip to the bathroom is different. We've been trained and we've practiced over and over again. So why not take the time to wash your hands and sing happy birthday while you're washing your hands? Because it's supposed to take 20 seconds.
Tell the people who don't wash their hands.
For the antibacterial soap to work, 20 seconds to sing happy birthday to yourself.
No, they're going to sing it out loud now because they're like,
happy birthday.
And they're singing and come out and not wash their hands.
Yeah. Like, why? Like, how do you feel comfortable with that?
Pet peeve.
That's gross.
Disgusting.
But some people,
you
know. Anyway.
We got sidetracked.
How did we get there?
I don't know, but we had to.
I tangent hard.
We had to get there because that's important stuff. Okay, and especially if you're on the set, all right? If you're on set and you're touching camera equipment and you don't wash your hands and you're helping people or doing makeup or anything, let me tell you something. Don't. Just wash your hands, nasty. Don't be nasty.
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
What was your most favorite set experience you've ever had?
Ooh, I'm getting interviewed in my show. I like it. I like this.
I'm an interviewer, so like.
You like this? Set. Let's think.
Or like, what's one that like you always think of?
On, I want to say maybe the set of Orange is the New Black might be my fave. I was on there, season 5, I think. I don't know what episode, maybe 7. I don't know. Don't blink too hard. I was fanning myself, but I think being on that set because they literally filmed at a children's psychiatric facility. So everyone thinks it's, you know, because it looks like a prison or whatever, but it's literally where children work. And when you walk in, the energy feels different. Because you know that there were children who probably went through a whole lot of different things. Wow. And that itself can shift how you walk into the space. And then I was there for months filming. So we went from summer to fall filming the same scene. Fun stuff. And it was super hot. it started out and then it went to super cold to the point that it was smoke coming out of my mouth because it was in New York, upstate New York at that. So probably one of my most memorable sets to date is being on that. Power as well too. It was just an experience being on Power. But doing Orange is the New Black because of the fact that it was filmed at a psychiatric facility in Orange County, New York. Actually, it was in Orange County for Orange is the New Black. But yeah, so seeing them and everyone had their inmate outfits on and all this other stuff, but just being in that space was just, ooh, it kind of heavy at the same time, but then you just take it all in. Like this is no longer, but it's still an energy you can feel. So yeah, that was a little bit different set. Yeah, that happened, y'all. That happened. Go on, Debbie, trying to interview me on my show. I'll take it. I love to talk about me any day of the week. So she's trying to distract me. But you, back to you as my guest. Okay, you are my guest today. All right, if you could, what film would you remake and why? Dum dum dum.
What film would I remake and why?
She's like,
what film would I remake?
She's thinking hard. I love it.
Okay. I might get some backlash here a little bit. But Dear White People, I think it's a phenomenal TV show. And I think it should have been a TV show. But it started off as a movie.
Yes, I saw the movie. I haven't seen the show.
There was a lot of great opportunities there, but because it was encased in a movie, right, with 3 acts, it just made so much better as a TV show. So I wouldn't remake the movie itself, but I really there are these movie ideas that I've heard and gotten from my friends and my colleagues. I'm like, that would be a better TV show than. And I'm a very big TV show. That's what it is. Okay. I'm a very big TV girl.
Okay.
Because I love the character development and I love getting to know each character. Right. Like for example, there's this movie that my friend wrote. It's called Godfather 9. It has nothing to do with the Godfathers, I swear. The lies. It sets you up. But the idea is, the original script idea was that it was a godfather of 9 children across 3 different siblings. So there are all these different characters, but it was made into a movie.
Okay.
Tyler Perry actually wanted it. So you can't have it, Tyler!
You can't have it! He can have whatever he wants, he's Tyler Perry. He can have this show. Tyler, if you want it, I'm here. Throw me in. I'm down. What do you need? Talk to me. Okay.
But anyway, so Godfather 9, I actually decided to adapt it. So now it is 6 children, all from one family, and each child has their own really cool story. And I remember trying to write the movie, and I'm like, this would be better as a TV show. And I tried to talk to the writer about it, and maybe we can get it into a TV show. But I find myself, in those situations where I have this idea, and I'm like, it really depends. Because some things work better as one medium than the other. Right. So like Dear White People works so much better as a TV show than a movie because there's so much.
There's so many layers.
There's so many layers. Yeah. What We Do in the Shadows as well started off as a movie. It's a mockumentary movie about vampires by the guys who did Flight of the Conchords. And they adapted it and made it into a TV show, and I freaking love it. I love TV shows.
She's promoting the hell out of these shows.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm gonna kill
I have a lot of... Because
promote
you're gonna flag me. Oh, promote me. Yes,
you. Tell people about your stuff.
Okay. Well, I got a web series idea. You want to hear?
You see, that's what I'm talking about. That's the stuff. Like we're promoting these other people who are not paying us, but they inspired me.
No,
it's
nothing.
It's a good thing.
I ingest media, and that's what I'm going to be doing when I'm in LA. I'm going to be spending significant quality time with my mom.
A lot of stuff too. Like we sit back and just watch everything that we can, and a lot of movies and a lot of web series too, just to see like, okay, this person gets it, that person's not trying, and this, that. We just take it all in. I'm like, oh, this is okay.
Yeah, you learn from other people's experiences.
So we do watch a lot, but I'm like, Debbie, you're not even talking about your own projects. Like they don't know what you got going on. They don't know who you are and what you're doing. So you have to tell us about the documentary you've done. And just share some of the names of that so people can take a look. Because we want people to watch your stuff. And we're also going to put a clip in. Now, that's the stuff I can post clips of.
Okay. Yeah, I got plenty of B-roll that you can work with, for sure.
Yes, why, thank you.
So, Ironworks, we have done over 20 short documentaries for nonprofits and small businesses, as well as faith groups. And so you can see that all on the website, but what we really want to do is do more narrative original content. And so I just came out of a 4-day shoot for a script called Medicating and Healing, which my dear friend Seamus Bestwick wrote, directed. And so that was such a thrilling experience to produce. We pulled that together in a very short period of time. I was like blown away. All the pieces were falling just
Sometimes
right.
that's the best work. Yeah.
Yes. And it was like I said, timing is everything, right? Like, but it's funny because the second short film that I directed and wrote and produced, I had to push those production dates twice because I didn't have the right people and the right timing for everything. And so that's why I highly suggest to people that, like, set yourself deadlines. Yes, honor them, but at the same time, don't kill yourself over those deadlines because there's always, time is better. Time is money, but what people kind of forget is that time accrues value. So with Roll Pin Punch, it depicts a sparring match between two MMA fighters, both women of color, and the pivotal moments that led up to the fight. So red fighter, she deals with homophobia from her mother, and the blue fighter deals with emotional abuse from her father. And so I had written that script back in 2014, didn't produce it until 2018, and it's almost 2020, and we're just now getting the music and the sound design all set so we can finally get it into film festivals. So I think, and the people that I essentially, post was taking almost 2 years at this point. And, people were kind of pushing me, hey, but if I wanted to finish it, I'd have to.
You want it done right at the end of the day.
I wanted to do it right. And I needed the right people. And the right people didn't surface until later. Right. They weren't ready. Yeah. And when they were ready, then I have a piece.
It happens all the time.
You want to do it?
It happens. I just filmed something, what was it, Whisper? In 2017, which is based on a true story of a family who was murdered in New Jersey a really long time ago. And we filmed it in 2017. They were like, it's coming soon. And we did this and that. I missed the screening, but literally they just did the screening for it as of like 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, I hate this, but I also understand as a film, we make films as well too. So I get that sometimes it takes time to create magic and you don't want to just rush anything out. Put trash out there and then you're going to be miserable behind it because you didn't create the work that your heart felt. You're just doing it just to appease other people and meet deadlines, and that's not what it's about. It's really about the quality or opposed to, the quantity or whatever the case may be. So it's the quality of work that matters more. So that's smart. Yeah.
There's 3 things that something can become that leads to quality. So fast, cheap, and good. And most times, as indie filmmakers, we can only afford 2 of them. So fast and cheap, or cheap and good, or it's a combination of these 2 things. And so I'm waiting for that moment where I can do fast and good, but for it to be fast, you need the money.
Right.
And for you to get the money, you need to put in your time.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to keep the work going. So we're going to make sure we check that out. And it's Roll Pin Punch, because I feel like when I say it, I get tongue-tied and I feel real slow. Okay? Roll Pin Punch. Check it out, and you can check it out soon, hopefully.
Soonish. Well, we're going to have a big...
sooner rather than later.
We're going to have a big... Well,
hopefully,
private screening.
Right.
I don't know how private it can be. You will be invited.
I better be. All right. So we like to have fun and ask really cool questions. And I ask this question to all of my guests. Debbie, do you cook? And
yes.
If so, what is your best dish, hands down, no questions asked?
Okay. Vegetable pot pie. And you would not think that a vegetable pot pie could taste good. But I can do it.
Because I only know about the table top. Okay, the little round. You've seen those before. Those little things you get at the store. Those little cheap ones.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I use crescent rolls.
Ooh.
I just lay it on top.
You know she's in when she does gestures. You know this is real because she presented it this way.
But also it pisses me off. I hate this recipe so much. It's a good recipe. But the roux, you know, you have to stir for like 10, 15 minutes, and
put your soul in.
It does not receive any soul. It receives hate from me, you know. But people can't taste it.
They can taste the hate. It's okay.
Oh, you think they can?
Yeah, it's passion. Hate can also be known as passion. So it depends on how you look at it.
They can taste the passion.
They can taste. You were like, I'm so sick of doing. But then you have to be grateful because now you have muscles in your arms that you didn't have before because of how long you sat there putting in that work. So it still all gets poured into the dish.
I haven't done it in a while though.
You're gonna make it this Thanksgiving, and we're gonna eat some. And I just invited myself to her house for Thanksgiving. That's what I do, guys. All right, so. One last question before we get to the game because we are short on time. So we're trying to do a lot in a little bit of time. And we run off on tangents. You know, theater people and filmmakers and all that stuff. We just like to talk to each other. Okay? So you. What do you want your legacy to be?
I am simply a storyteller. And I think that storytelling can breed compassion and empathy for one another. And so if anything, I just want to help other people share their stories. And share it in a safe space.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's great. And I expect that you will, okay? I'm going to play a game with you now. We got the interview portion out of the way. We made it through, everybody. I know you were stressed. But now we're going to play a quick game, and then we're going to kick Debbie out of here, right? So, I asked you a question originally, like when we first emailed each other regarding this. And it pertains to someone who kind of inspires you, a celebrity, will you? It's going to be a little Ben Stiller trivia. Dum dum dum.
Oh God! Oh no!
Are you ready?
I'm sorry, Ben Stiller.
It's not anything too crazy. You can probably actually answer the questions. Okay. I don't like to do things too hard because I want to make you look smart and not have you like this. I don't know who he is. But I want you to have fun with it. Okay. Just 3 questions. We're not going to get too crazy on it. All right. I want you to guess his current net worth. You have to guess.
Current net worth.
Current.
Ooh. I mean,
I need some Jeopardy music.
He's still working. He's still getting gigs. He's still doing work. So he's definitely a millionaire. Probably like 200, 300 million.
She knows way more than she pretends. His net worth is currently $200 million.
Hey!
Ding, 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 ding. We have to like insert bells and things and whistles. We have to hook that up on the back end. Okay?
Yes, we should.
All right, see, look at that. You were like nervous, and now you're like, I'm like, I didn't expect her to say that because I wouldn't have thought that. True or false? He suffers from bipolar disorder. True or false?
I hope it's true.
That's who said that? I hope he is bipolar.
Because I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder.
Debbie's like my friend. We support each other. Yeah.
Yes.
True or false?
There are more mentally ill people in this world than there are normies.
Normal, right?
Yeah, the normals are actually the crazy ones.
They're the weird. They're the weird ones.
They're the weird ones.
Who are they?
We are never satisfied.
They're the weird ones.
Anyway.
True or false? Look.
True.
It is true.
Yay!
This came out in 2005.
Oh, that warms my heart. I didn't even know that.
See, now look how I brought you two closer together.
Yes,
research.
Oh, Ben, let's meet.
She's like, let's be best friends. All right, so one more. What is his highest grossing film? A. See, multiple choice. I have options for you. Okay. See, I make you think of your own. I give you true or false, and then I have multiple choice because I care. All right, so Something About Mary, Meet the Fockers, A Night at the Museum, A, B, or C. Which one is the highest grossing? Which one was the highest?
Zoolander isn't on there?
Which one is the highest?
It's... What's the first one?
So the first one is Something About Mary.
Something About Mary.
That's what you're going with. Yeah. Final answer.
Yeah.
You were incorrect.
I knew it!
Meet the Fockers. $390 million.
That was his highest growth.
$390 million. Put your pinkies up on that. $390 million. Okay?
Wow. Okay. Wow, a sequel. Okay.
You see that?
Okay,
isn't that crazy?
Okay.
That's the original. No, the original is Meet the Parents, right? Or whatever the name was.
Meet the Parents, yeah.
Okay, well, that's what happened. $390 million for Ben Stiller.
Wow.
Crazy. All right, so I know we have to get out of here. So I'm like, trying to like brush my whole life. Okay. So really quickly, I want to do a would you rather with you just because
Yes.
I feel like I love this stuff. And it's not intense. Normally I do weird stuff. I'm going to be nice to Debbie today.
Okay.
All right. Would you rather be forced to watch a movie you hate for a week or a song that you hate for a week?
Song.
Okay. Would you rather watch Scarface or Godfather?
Scarface.
And would you rather be Iron Man or the Hulk?
Iron Man.
Easy button for her. See, that was
yeah.
And I would love to hear from you guys too, because this will be played for people to watch and participate as well. I don't want to leave you guys out. You can answer those questions as well. Debbie, I want you to tell people where to follow you, all your social media, all that good stuff before we wrap, because I know we have to get out of here. So
Okay.
share everything.
So, Instagram, Ironworks Media NC. Iron, WORX Media NC. We kicked out the KS. A client put in an X for me, and that just makes it so much symmetrically beautiful and unique. And like, you can't, there's no other Ironworks Media anywhere. This is the one and only, but we are expanding. Anyway, Facebook, we don't really do Facebook. I mean, it's
She's
there.
above it. She's above it.
It's not that I'm above it. It's just very confusing. It's weird. Like, I can't figure it out. Anyway, I'm a millennial. I should know how to do this, but there's some things that I just can't do. Okay? I can't do everything.
Do not judge Debbie. She's trying.
So Ironworks Media NC on Instagram, and our website is ironworksmedia.com, simply. You'll love the website. It's really cute.
And should they follow you on YouTube as well? Is that page?
Vimeo.
Come on, Vimeo. Okay.
You're right. Yeah, I don't do YouTube.
She's like, I'm above YouTube.
I'm actually above YouTube. I will say that. I'm sorry.
Vimeo?
But Vimeo plays your videos at high quality. YouTube will just kind of do it at
whatever
320 or something like that. It's just ridiculous. So Vimeo, Ironworks Media, simply, it's really easy to remember. Just don't forget the X.
You need the X. She got the X.
X.
Now she's from the Bronx because she got the X involved. She didn't even know.
I didn't know. I didn't know. All right, cool.
You have just watched Beyond the Surface. I'm your host. Once again, you can watch this show on Facebook Live each and every Sunday at 3 p.m. Beyond the Surface Live. So that's facebook.com/Beyond the Surface Live. All spelled correctly. I didn't do any fancy X's or Z's or N's because I can't. People get confused. I get confused. I don't forgot already. Also on Instagram as well. Same thing. Beyond the Surface Live. You can follow me personally if you want to see what I have going on. Because I'm also an actress, not just hosting my own talk show. I do stuff too. At LQ Diva because I didn't feel like spelling stuff out too much. And I'm a diva. It just happened that way. Follow me, support. Check Debbie Who out. This has been Beyond the Surface. Make sure you tune in. What? We did it. Crammed it. What? Oh.
Hi, I'm Debbie Vu, and I'm a filmmaker based in Durham, North Carolina. I am the founder and director of Ironworks Media. And you better watch me. I'm going to talk to you on Facebook live at 3 on Beyond the Surface. So check it out. I got mad stuff to drop. Did I do it right? Hello, I'm Debbie Vu, and I am a filmmaker based in Durham, North Carolina. What? Bull City. And I'm a guest on Beyond the Surface. So check me out on Facebook live at 3 on Sunday. You better be there.